Hello, I'm back. Looks like it's about to rain, so I'm going to be very quick. I thought I'd say hello and introduce this video. In the last video, part 1, you saw me digging and clearing. Not the most interesting video, so if you did watch, thank you. This time I'm going to be finishing off digging the holes, then hopefully pouring some concrete and doing a little bit of block work to support the posts. Thought I should say a little bit about what the plan is. So those of you that watched the last video will be familiar with this scene. This area here is where I've been excavating footings for posts that are going to support the front elevation of this single pitched roof structure. And phase 1 is simply to have a roof and just to have a dry area with a roof on top. So I'm excavating here so that I've got some decent footings for some large timber that I've got. I've got a pile of 6x2s there that I'm going to double up or maybe treble up and use as posts. I've ummed and ahed for a very long time about exactly how I'm going to do these foundations. I've thought about a myriad of different ways of doing it. I think I've resolved that I'm going to dig down about 2 feet, cast a pad in there, possibly with some reinforcement if I can find some. I'm going to make use of these concrete blocks and I'm going to build up a pier at each of the 4 locations. The idea is that these are going to support the roof and do all the load bearing for now. Eventually, once I've got the roof up and I've got this first phase complete, I'm going to excavate the entire of this area and behind the camera up to this back wall, and I'm going to lay a concrete slab. Yeah, as you can see, the ground is soaked and it's likely to be like this for most of the year. So that's the plan so far. Also, it gives me some experience of mixing concrete, casting it on a relatively small, controllable scale. If I mess it up, it's not the end of the world. So that's the plan so far. I hope that clarifies things a little bit. These 2 at the front need to go a bit deeper and need to be a bit wider, and the 3rd one along needs to be a bit wider. The reason I'm not just digging 4 holes and doing posts there, I'm digging this channel as well, is I'm concerned about drainage along the front here. Although the roof is going to tie in with this roof here and this gutter, still the potential for some water to build up here. And I want to run a French drain so that it can, any water that does get in here can move down the front and down the drive. So I've got a level string line here. It's square as I can get it because this back wall here is bowed. Measured it at both ends, got the same distance, and it's square to this end wall here. So this line is marking where the top of the pier is going to be. So that's the block work above the slab and the sub base. So blocks are 21.5 centimetres and we are 80 centimetres to there and about 40 centimetres from the ground. So that gives me enough sub base and enough depth for a decent thickness slab. Should have worn gloves. Right. It's been quite a long delay since I last got the cameras out. We've had a couple of storms in. First red weather warning of the year. So it's been very interesting and very wet. We've got lots of trees down. But I'm back now. I'm utterly sick of digging. I'm quite tired of it, to be honest. So I'm going to call it a day where I've dug to and make good on what I've done. The grand designs of casting a form I think were perhaps unnecessary. Casting some big square thing only to cover it up just seemed a bit overkill, and I just want to get this done before it rains again. So I'm going to just do a depth of concrete but not worry about the shape of it, because why bother if it's going to be covered up. I've just chipped away the edge of this concrete here that's holding up an existing post. Unlike the other posts, it actually seems to have been well put in, so it's a bit of work chipping away. Don't start the camera because the weather's not great and I couldn't get an angle. So I'm going to get rid of this, get this out and get cracking. Right, this string line marks the inside of the wall, or where I want the inside of the post to be. I've only got about 3.5 meters to play with total width of this, so real estate is a premium. Gosh, I'm unfit, I'm out of breath. So I want to get the post as far over this way as possible. That meant chipping away at this concrete. I can now get a block in there, sideways on, it'll line up nicely with the other ones. I'm now ready to pour some concrete when this sub base dries out enough.